official story was CM Punk's burnout, but was there more to it? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most controversial exits in WWE history, CM Punk walking out in 2014. WWE's official line was simple. Punk was tired, burnout, and frustrated with creative. But let's be real, there's always more to the story, right? Especially with a guy like CM Punk. This is the guy who broke the fourth wall, the guy who blurred the lines between reality and kayfabe. So what really pushed him over the edge? Let's start with the obvious. CM Punk was a workhorse. He wrestled hurt, he wrestled tired, he put his body on the line night after night, and it took a toll. Remember that gruesome staph infection he battled? Word on the street is, WWE's medical team dropped the ball, big time. Punk felt betrayed and undervalued, and who could blame him? And this became one of the first reasons why there was bad blood between Punk and WWE. But hold on, there's another layer to this onion. Remember the infamous brawl-out incident in AEW? Yes, that too led to this controversial exit. As you know, Brawl Out saw CM Punk, fresh off winning the AEW World Championship, go on a fiery rant at the post-All Out press conference. He called out Hangman Page, Colt Cabana, and even AEW executives. This led to a backstage brawl involving Punk, Ace Steel, and the Elite. But here's where things get interesting. Some wrestling insiders believe this wasn't just a spontaneous eruption. They think the roots of this conflict go way back to CM Punk and the Elite's time together in WWE. Think about it. Punk was known for his straight-edge lifestyle and a more grounded, realistic approach to wrestling. The Elite, on the other hand, were rising stars with their flashy, high-flying, anime-inspired style. Could these differing philosophies have caused friction? Plus, everyone wants to be at the top. Even if they weren't direct rivals, there might have been some underlying competition for opportunities and recognition back in WWE. Maybe those old grudges simmered beneath the surface for years, finally boiling over in AEW. Moving forward, it's no secret that CM Punk and Triple H had a complicated relationship, both on-screen and behind the scenes. Punk, with his anti-establishment attitude and rebellious spirit, represented a stark contrast to Triple H, the established veteran and company man. Some argue that Triple H, who was gaining influence backstage, saw Punk's meteoric rise as a threat. Punk was connecting with fans in a way that few wrestlers could, and his popularity was undeniable. Did Triple H feel his own position within the company hierarchy was being challenged? There's anecdotal evidence to support this theory. Reports of backstage clashes between the two, subtle digs in promos, and even a scrapped WrestleMania match all point to a potential power struggle. One could argue that Triple H, being the son-in-law of Vince McMahon, had a vested interest in maintaining the existing power structure within WWE. Punk, with his outspoken nature and willingness to challenge authority, may have been perceived as a disruptive force. This alleged rivalry adds a layer of Shakespearean drama to the whole situation. Was it a clash of egos, a battle for control, or simply a difference in philosophies? We may never know the full extent of their behind-the-scenes interactions, but it's hard to deny the tension that seemed to exist between them. Now, keeping this aside, the million-dollar question is, where is CM Punk now? After his infamous walkout from WWE in 2014, many believed his wrestling career was over. He seemed disillusioned with the industry, citing burnout, creative frustrations, and disagreements with management as reasons for his departure. He ventured into other fields, trying his hand at MMA with the UFC, with mixed results, pursuing acting roles, and even returning to the wrestling world as an analyst for WWE Backstage on FS1. But the lure of the squared circle proved too strong. In 2021, CM Punk made a triumphant return to professional wrestling, this time signing with AEW. His debut sent shockwaves through the industry and reignited the passion of countless fans who had missed seeing the voice of the voiceless in action. His time in AEW, however, was marked by both incredible highs and devastating lows. He captured the AEW World Championship twice, delivered some of his best in-ring performances, and re-established himself as one of the most captivating figures in the business. But behind the scenes, tensions were brewing. The infamous Brawl Out incident in 2022, a backstage altercation with the Elite following the All Out pay-per-view, exposed deep-seated issues within the company and ultimately led to Punk's suspension and eventual firing. Just when it seemed like CM Punk's wrestling career might be over for good, he surprised everyone once again. In late 2023, he made a shocking return to WWE, the company he had walked out on nearly a decade earlier. His return generated massive buzz and excitement. He reignited old rivalries, faced new challengers, and even competed at WrestleMania 39 against Seth Rollins. It seemed like Punk was finally back where he belonged, but the wrestling gods, it seems, have a penchant for drama. After a brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre at the Bad Blood Premium Live event in October 2024, Punk announced on Raw that he was going home for a while. He appeared battered and weary, leaving fans to speculate about the nature and extent of his injuries, both physical and emotional. As of today, CM Punk remains under contract with WWE, but his future is uncertain. Is this another temporary hiatus? Is he contemplating retirement? Or is there another chapter yet to be written in his wrestling career? The wrestling world holds its breath, waiting to see what the best in the world will do next. Will he rise again to reclaim his spot at the top, or has the final bell finally tolled on his time in the ring? One thing's for certain, with CM Punk, you can always expect the unexpected. If you're still with me, then you're exactly who I want to reach. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, because what's coming up is for true Punk fans. CM Punk's journey in wrestling is packed with highs, lows, and a lot of unforgettable moments that made him one of the most talked about figures in the industry. Punk began wrestling in the late 90s on the independent circuit, working hard to build his skills and fan base. By the early 2000s, he was gaining traction in Ring of Honor, ROH, where his straight-edge lifestyle and intense rivalries, especially with Samoa Joe and Raven, got fans talking. His promos and technical wrestling style drew a loyal following who loved his authenticity and passion. In 2005, Punk signed with WWE and kicked off his journey there with the ECW brand in 2006. His popularity skyrocketed, and it wasn't long before he made it to the main roster, grabbing titles like the ECW Championship and later the World Heavyweight Championship. But his defining moment came in 2011 with his legendary pipe bomb promo. In this speech, Punk broke the fourth wall, sharing his real frustrations with WWE's creative direction, a sentiment that resonated with fans who felt the same way. This raw, unfiltered moment solidified Punk's legacy and took his popularity to a whole new level as fans rallied around his boldness and honesty. And that's a wrap on CM Punk's incredible, unpredictable journey in wrestling. From his early days on the independent scene to making a name for himself in WWE and then shaking up the industry again in AEW, Punk has always been a wrestler who does things his way. Whether it's speaking his mind, standing up for what he believes in, or surprising everyone with a big return, he's one of those wrestlers who keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Punk's story is full of drama, hard work, and unforgettable moments that only he could deliver. Even now, with so much history behind him, fans can't help but wonder, what's next for CM Punk? If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on all things wrestling. Here, we break down wrestling's biggest stories, explore the careers of unforgettable stars like CM Punk, and cover all the behind-the-scenes details fans love. Also, turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We've got even more exciting stories lined up just for you. And tell us in the comments, what's your favorite CM Punk moment, and what do you think he'll do next? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.